They say my heart's too loud, yeah. Hey.
My name is Jari Bradley. I also go by Jari. I am a student. I'm a poet, singer, songwriter, artist.
My kind is taken for weakness, most underrated. My genius found out friends and enemies kissed them from the same genius. Was once battling my demons, now I'm coming out swing.
I grew up in the Ingleside area, but I spent a lot of my childhood in Sunnydale, which is in the southern-eastern part of San Francisco. So right now we're on our way to the first school I ever attended. I started school at Leonard R. Flynn Elementary School. There were certain classes that were they had a cultural theme. Our class had a Kwanzaa celebration, and I remember learning about Umoja and all that stuff, Kwanzaa related. And me being from a household where, you know, we're very much so about our culture, that was empowering for me. That's essentially where I got my start in terms of even trying to write about anything.
I get my speech, Molotov cocktail, Henny Streets meets protest for peace, Martin and Malcolm dichotomy, yeah. The spirit runs deep.
People that I really like to read, Edwidge Dandicat, I hope I'm saying her name right. She's a Haitian-born writer who wrote this magnificent book called Create Dangerously. She said a lot about what it meant to write in spaces where voices were purposefully silenced, and that at that time there were still people dying to read words and thought and concepts that they could ultimately be killed for. Lucille Clifton, she's an amazing American poet. I have a collected book of all her poems, and every poem I can read and I can get something from it. And that's hard. I know when I was in AP English my senior year, we were reading things by Robert Frost and all these other cats, and I couldn't always understand where folks was coming from, but her voice really resonated with me.
By the quality of your humanity, it's a message from me to you. Strive to outlive the insanity of vanity.
To future GED students, what would you tell them? Any advice?
I would tell them what I wish somebody would have told me, which is that you have to want it for yourself. Out of all the obstacles that you're facing, because there are so many. I think whenever your education comes at a certain halt and you don't graduate, you have this big chip on your shoulder now. And I walked around with that for a long time, and I would say, don't let that stop you from what you know you want. The way things are, you kind of can't get ahead unless you have this piece of paper. What you are working towards isn't the piece of paper, it's you showing that you are dedicated and committed to yourself to get what you need to get. It has to be something that you're willing to do anything for.
Yeah, a little bit of patience. Know that love's only as dangerous as you make it. My heart's too loud, yeah. Ain't no way to turn it down, no.